Welcome back to the Relationship Whisperer Show with Miss Dragonfly, where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage great again.
We should get a little theme song that plays when you press the button.
Yes, we certainly should. That's lovely. Ask our listeners any suggestions of a theme song.
A theme song?
Yes, a theme song. Well,
run for the hills, run for the hills.
Now, today, everyone has probably been busy running around. Today is a special day.
It is?
Yeah, it's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day!
That's something everyone has. Okay, no matter what alternate lifestyle you may choose.
Yeah.
Everyone has been birthed from a woman.
Well, maybe not everyone.
No?
Well, I think they can do things now, can't they? Change things around a bit.
But then there's been no product from that yet. So
thankfully.
Still the same thing. Everyone has been birthed from a woman, a mother. Even though some might have been IVF or whatever, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone.
We certainly do.
Yes.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. And so basically, I hope everyone's treated their mums really well today. Especially,
good mothers are very special.
Yeah, very special. And she's the first person in the world to have ever loved you. True?
Yeah. Yeah.
The first love.
Yeah,
the first love.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. First woman in the world to ever loved you.
Unconditional, isn't it?
Unconditional love.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, just because you're her child. And that's what I mean. It is a natural bond. And that's something I have to keep reminding people, or rather point out to people, that relationships are not a natural bond. It's a created bond. It's a created bond because we get it one. Just like your friend, we are friends. It's created bond because you get along. And so you develop a friendship and a relationship. But if that person becomes bad to you, so starts being mean to you, then that relationship is broken.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So it's a created bond. You can't expect that person to love you unconditionally. Because it's not a natural bond.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's the thing we have to remember. Now, today is this relationship show. Like what I keep saying, just think of the man as being the right hand and the woman being the left hand. Okay, so today's topic is the left hand and the right hand, or why men and women need each other again. Okay, a family is strongest when masculine energy, masculine strength and feminine wisdom work together.
Feminine wisdom?
Feminine wisdom and masculine strength. Look, because you require both for happy families. You do. Look, a person has two hands for a reason, yeah?
Yep.
The left hand and the right hand may do completely different things, but together they build, hold, heal, and create. Okay?
Heal, and create.
Yes. Like I say, if you have only one hand, what you can do decreases significantly, drops significantly by more than half.
Is that right?
Well, you
can try it. I did the other day.
Try it with your dominant hand. Use your dominant hand. Most people are right-handed, so using their dominant hand.
You got to put other things down just to be able to do it.
Just to be able to do it, and they're going to do one thing at a time. But on the converse, the left hand.
It'd be good to have a few more of them, wouldn't it?
Your left hand, you can try it. I mean, some people might think,
try having a few more of them.
But you know what? Whenever you do things like, reach for a glass or whatever, you normally just use one hand.
Yeah.
And for that, mostly right hand, it seems to be much more useful. However, but if you take away your left hand, then you really feel it, wouldn't you? I mean, if you're thinking the right hand is so good, well, how about I take away your left hand and give you another right hand? It's so much stronger. It's so much stronger. It does things most of the time. Yeah.
You get used to it after a while.
But this is the thing, It's also versus a man and a woman. You can say, men earn so much money. Or if a man paired up with another man, wouldn't that be even better? It's the same thing, two men and two women as like two right hands and two left hands. Because right hand and the left hand is different. A man and a woman is different as well. Okay? I mean, look, modern culture has pushed the idea that men and women should compete, copy each other, or deny their natural strengths, even. But strong families are usually built when men and women remember their different gifts and learn how to use them together. So, really, look, when men forget how to be men, and
women forget how to be men.
No, men forget how to be men.
No, you said women forget how to be men.
No, I said when men forget how to be men and women
I think we're all forgetting.
No, you're forgetting. And women forget how to be women. The family loses strength and softness, doesn't it?
Yeah. When we see cultures that don't have, they suppress the femininity,
Yes.
you can see that there's virtually not much in the way of creativity in that culture.
And beauty
It seems
and so forth.
barren in some ways.
Yeah,
and,
so you can see it in some societies where if one side becomes more dominant than the other,
it definitely
there's
has
issues.
repercussions.
There's issues. Either way, if the masculine becomes too strong, or feminine suppressed, or the feminine becoming too dominant and the masculine being suppressed, there's still issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, go back to the left hand and the right hand. Look, the left hand and the right hand are different, but they're equally important. You know, one is not better than the other. Yeah, and they work best when they cooperate. I mean, if one hand tries to do everything, life becomes harder. Yeah? But if both hands don't cooperate, or do other things, well, that's
That
not
would be a
what-
howdy-do if
that's
that was the case, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Imagine if we had to try to get our arms in alignment because they kept going opposite things.
Yeah. So if both hands fight each other, then nothing gets built properly, even. Yeah.
That's
so
right.
it's the same thing.
Nothing gets built. Nothing.
Applying this to like men and women. You know, men and women are different. Okay, this is
They are?
yeah. You know, it's such a surprise for most people, especially people. Everyone think, oh, men and women are equal, but so they can do what the other one can. But why? The problem is people are equating, and even psychologists and everyone, equating that equality means the same. Do you have to be the same to be equal? This is the thing. Okay,
Do you have to be the same to be equal?
This is such an it's so obvious that no one's pointed it out. That's a big flaw in that argument. It's the same like saying, oh, German shepherds and beagles. Beagle's not equal. It's not as equal to a German shepherd. It's not as important as a German shepherd because a German shepherd can guard, and a beagle can't.
But a beagle's not as smelly.
But a beagle is a sniffer dog. You see, it has a so totally different function.
Yeah.
And so for security, you both need both.
But you need a good sniff.
A good sniff, not only and a good intimidation factor. Look, yeah. But you know, you might have someone criticizing the beagle. Oh, look, the beagle's not important as a German shepherd because it can't guard like a German shepherd does. Or say, oh, women are not as important as men because women
Can't sniff as good as a beagle.
I was comparing women to men.
I'm only joking.
Because can't lift as many heavy weights as men. You know, or is not out there dying on the battlefield as men, therefore not equal. So women should die first, die as well, just to be equal, to prove equality.
Oh, no.
For what purpose? So you're saying, you know, the people that saying, yes, especially feminists, that push the line, that women are equal to men because they can do whatever men can do. Do they realize?
They just don't want to.
Do they? No. Have they realized what they've just said? By saying that, then they've just agreed with all the misogynists. They just reaffirmed that women are not equal to men, are not as important as men unless they do the stuff that men traditionally do. Because only those tasks, those traits are important. And all the stuff that women have done throughout the ages are worth nothing. Is saying by the way you can see the feminists actually criticizing women that choose to stay at home mums. They're saying you're being your doormat, or so forth. Yeah, by allowing him to lead. I mean, what's wrong with you? You know, and a lot of people are going along with the chorus as well. Eh?
They're doing the chorus line?
Yeah, like I was saying, I'll repeat again. Do you need to be the same in order to be equal? That's what I'm asking our listeners to have a think about.
Do you need to be the same to be equal?
Well, what do you think? You know, like with the beagle, like the beagle has just as much value as a German Shepherd, even though it's a lot smaller. It does another necessary task. Just like women throughout the eons have done a very necessary job in society, in the raising of children and keeping the home. That is also very important.
Oh, no doubt.
Very important.
Very hard job.
Yes, it is a very hard job. And it's something that men can't do that.
Well, they can, but not as well.
Not as well. There are issues which, you know, I've touched on about with a man trying to raise a baby.
Yeah.
Trying to nurture a baby, cannot do it. End up the baby died because a child is unreasonable. Okay, you can't reason with a little baby either. They cry any time, and if you cannot take it, you cannot take that stress. You lose it. And men are not built for that. Don't have the skills to handle that. So
likely just to sleep right through it all.
Or in that sad case, killed the child out of anger.
Apparently, it happens quite a bit.
Yeah, because men cannot deal with that situation, and that's how they react. Okay, you can say, oh, that's generalization. I know of a man who was sweeter than a woman, or on, but they're outlier cases. Okay, and outlier cases do not make the rule. Just as if you were trying to point out, oh, if I say men can lift more than women, lift heavier loads than women, you say dispute that. No, I don't agree with that. There was this female weightlifter. She lifted 100 kilos, and I can't lift 100 kilos. Come on, it's an outlier case. That's not generally what happens when you throughout society when you go through life. Okay. So be sensible, practical. Okay, now, this all fits in together with men and women. Yeah, like men and women bring different instincts, strengths, skills, and forms of intelligence. They're different.
Different forms of intelligence.
And families need both masculine protection and feminine nurturing.
Yep.
I know feminists would try to push and try to swap it around and say, feminine protection and masculine nurturing. What for? What for? And children benefit from seeing both strength and tenderness too, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
And yeah, they need both. This is the thing, it's a yin and a yang. And you know, proponents have said, it's just a loving environment where the children are raised in a single-sex family, two mothers or two fathers. There's no difference, doesn't affect the child. It does, simply because the energetic-wise. You only get one side of it because, like I say, same-sex couples, they generally just socialise with their sex. That's also,
and their friends are like they've got the same type of friends. And all so the child's under influence.
Under influence, and only gets one
is that
type of
fair?
Energy.
Is that fair on the child? No, it is not.
But they argue it is.
It's not fair on the child. You know, you just can't. You're unduly influencing them at an age where they're easily beguiled.
But not so much beguiled. Like I said, their love and all that. But the thing is, it's only one type of energy. Any type of interaction that they're exposed to.
Yeah.
Like I said, this woman that was raised by two mothers, she came out later and said she was against gay marriage from her experience, because she ended up, when she was dating, she had problems interacting with men. She didn't know how to interact with them. So she was always just around women all the time. And not only that, when she did get married and have a child, she could see the interaction with her child and the father, her husband, and it's different. And she could see that that's what she missed out on. Because children, you can ask, oh, what's it like not to have a dad? They would not know because they've never had a dad. You can't comment on the difference. Yeah. And it's just like, you asked, what's it like never to have gone to Greenland, for instance? I don't know, because you haven't been to Greenland, so you don't know. What's it like never to have gone to Greenland, for instance? So, really, look.
It might be a part of America soon. You might be able to go.
Yeah, it might be. Look, marriage becomes stronger when each sex respects what the other contributes. I don't want men going to say, what? All you do is stay at home and cook a few meals and look after the kids.
Yeah.
Or the woman said, all you do is just go out and work and you don't do anything else. They're not respecting what the other person is contributing.
Yeah.
Or the other partner. And so you're not in a partnership. And because really, look, equality does not mean sameness. A woman can be equal in value while different in function. So bear that in mind, really. And, you know what? Look, what men have forgotten that they carry. Traditional masculine strengths. Okay. Men historically carried skills such as, physical strength. Men are physically stronger as an average.
No doubt.
As an average. You bump into the typical, the average guy versus the average woman. And you can pick any guy on the street, random guy, stronger than any random woman you pick out.
Yeah.
True?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. And so it's a generalization, but it is reliable because it's almost all the time, most of the time. In life, you're going to encounter that, the probability of encountering that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go to the movie. There was this famous story of that woman from the UFC fighter.
Yeah.
She went to the movies and someone was kicking a chair behind, like four guys, and they put the feet up on behind her.
Yeah.
And then so she had enough. And then so she whopped the four guys thinking it's only a girl.
Oh, really?
And she smashed them.
Oh,
Ronda Rousey or someone like that.
I think it was Ronda Rousey. I mean, didn't she get smashed by, I think it was Katie Holmes or something?
Yeah, but that's a different topic matter. But what we are discussing here is that women are generally the easy pushover for a man. And as far as strength is concerned, you could walk down the street and the weakest type of man would still beat the sort of the strongest woman.
Yeah. So,
but not that evening. Not if you run into Ronda Rousey or whatever her name is.
All right. Look, I think men. What men have forgotten they carry. I mean, besides physical strength, what is it else that they traditionally do? Building and repairing, yeah? Handyman.
I was going to say drink beer.
Handyman, the man about the house. Handyman. What else there? The defender, yeah?
The defender.
The defender, the protector of the home and the family, yes.
What was that noise? What was that noise in the middle of the night?
Oh,
you go down and check it.
You go down and check it? Here's the bat. Go. So really, and if a man cannot do that job, he just automatically loses respect, doesn't he?
He loses respect.
He loses respect. I mean, look, if you look at a man that cannot defend himself or anyone else, well, what do you think of that? Kind of like even unconsciously, subconsciously, people lose respect for him. If not outwardly. Come on. Ask yourself that. Don't kid yourself. What do you really think of a man that cannot defend himself, his family, or
well, there's
himself?
different types of men with different types of function, as you say. One's a beagle and one's a German Shepherd. Yeah.
I thought it was a woman's a beagle and
well, that's
a German Shepherd.
Well, that was just laying back from what the show.
But yes, and the men.
But men, like for example, say I don't know if this is the right analogy, but say for example, an Albert Einstein or some type of intellect that could bring forth a world-changing technology, but yet it could blow away in a strong wind. Yeah, he's that weak. Okay. Because all his life is studying behind books, like Nikola Tesla. I reckon if you had to have a fist fight with Nikola Tesla, you could punch a hole through him. Yep. But coming up, who could?
Yeah, because he can do other things, but you notice,
could power a whole planet.
You know.
So, which man is the most powerful?
Powerful.
Is it the bodybuilder? Is it the tough man? Is it the UFC fighter? Or is it like a Nikola Tesla? Who's the most powerful man?
We're talking regarding the family context here. Those men.
Yeah, but they're still in families.
Nikola Tesla never had a family.
Well, that's a generalization.
No, Nikola Tesla.
I understand.
Never had a family.
I understand.
But those men tend not to have families for a good reason.
Yeah, because they know they do. That's the end of their world-changing ideas.
Yes. Because then
that's the end of your dreams.
You got to go provide and take care of a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so that's different.
You've got to give up all your hopes and dreams for that.
Yeah, all the hopes and dreams for that.
Because most men come into this world with aspirations and hopes and dreams of being and doing and exploring and adventuring and all of that. And then they end up getting distracted. Why? Because...
yeah. But then you can say the same thing. Well, look, Jeff Bezos. I bet it's so easy to punch him. But because of all his wealth... Okay, he can afford protecting other people to do it for him.
That's
like I said, he's still an alpha male, even though he probably cannot defend himself physically if he was attacked.
Yeah, but he can pick up the phone.
Yeah, but he can pick up the phone.
Just tell
money.
people.
He's got security everywhere. He's security man. He's bodyguards.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those type of men, they still seem very masculine because they still have power in other ways. They're still an alpha male.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's intellectualism.
Even if it's intellectualism, yeah. I mean, look...
The ability to debate people.
Yeah.
And even though you might only be, 2 feet tall, you can still debate people.
Yeah. And look, men have historically been able to survive harsh conditions that women cannot.
I saw a show recently. It was only a clip of a show, and what it was these men were stuck in the bush. And women were stuck in the bush. Yeah. Yeah, and it was like a game or one of them shows, what reality shows or whatever. But I'll get to the long and the short of it was that the men were together and the women were together. Let's see what happens at the end of through the end of the day. Well, the men had all camp set up. Fires burning, shelter, roofs over their heads. They could be free from the rain. They had dinner set up for the night with gourmet foods. They had candle. They had all the fires going.
They didn't hunt for it?
Well, no, they hunted, they caught, and then they were all doing it together as a camaraderie. Yeah, look, woohoo, high five, we got the fish, we got this, we made a spear, we went down, we got this, and they figured it all out, got through it. Yeah. The women. Yeah, they couldn't the women were, you know what the women were saying? What? Not very much. You know why? They were going, we'd give her a fire. Why can't we make a fire?
They couldn't make a fire.
They couldn't make a fire. They couldn't catch the dinner.
And they were arguing.
They couldn't make a shelter. They were rained upon, and they couldn't find fresh water. Ooh. They couldn't get a fire, so they couldn't boil the water to drink. So they were dehydrated. They were starving. They were frozen cold. There were things, all because what? And then you could see the two clips. The men were all together doing the high five. Let's get together. Wow, well done, yoo-hoo. And the women were all like, "Oh, you're doing that wrong. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, yeah. That's not it." You know, it was like a gossip fest in like, "Oh, you can't," whatever. And then that reality set in. They need a man.
Did they? Did they admit it on the show?
I think they were forced into it.
Forced to admit it.
They were forced into it. They needed a man in that situation. The thing about now is that they feel like they don't need a man.
Because we've got all the modern conveniences,
yeah.
And comforts.
You can pick up the phone, you can hire a hubby type of thing, to fix the fence or whatever it is, and mow the lawn.
Yeah.
And you've got police force. If anybody hurts you or whatever, you can just ring the police.
Just call, but
and
without
so
all that, if it's dog eat dog, then you've got a big issue.
You've got a big issue.
If you're talking about Mad Max conditions. Yeah.
Yeah, well, fortunately, we don't live in these type of conditions, but, All
right, going back to what men do. I mean, look, men are normally risk takers, and they do provide structure.
Yep.
Okay. And also solving practical problems. A man, I guess this is the thing I keep pushing. What is a very good skill in a life partner is life skills and being able to solve problems.
Yeah.
Because if your partner,
you're going to have problems.
Yeah, you will encounter problems no matter what. Right. So if you got a partner, the better they are at solving problems, the easier your life will be, and the more you love them for it.
Yeah, there's certain people that can just handle life really, really easy, really well. They've got it all together.
Yeah, and
there's lots of other people that are on the opposite scale.
And also, look, historically, they have an instinct to protect women and children. However, I guess that desire is lessened substantially now because what they see as women being ungrateful and unwelcoming of their help.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, and a lot of men have given the consideration that as soon as she's in a good situation, I'm out the door.
Yeah.
And I'm only here for a convenience or whatever.
And also, they create systems, businesses, roads, bridges, tools, cars, infrastructure. Look, all our infrastructure is built by men.
Men figure it out. They analyze it. We've got to get from here to there. How do we do it? And they mathematically equate it. They figure it out. They build things. They add things. Blokes in sheds build this world. And if you can think about all the advancements in technology or the advancements in life enhancement tools and things that we have in our lives, most of them was made by men.
Yeah.
The washing machine male
invention,
the dishwasher, this one, that one, the whatever, the TV, all of it, the satellite, the telecommunication, the mobile phone, the internet, the computerized system.
Yeah.
Imagine the amount of intelligence that goes into these things.
Yeah.
Most of it was by men.
Men.
Why the difference between men and women? There's not much difference really between men and women, but this little thing called testosterone. Now, if you think about like a racing car, for example, we all know that men excel in sports way beyond a woman's capabilities.
Yeah, because of the testosterone.
In most
Any
things,
sport that requires
even car racing.
Yes.
When you don't actually have to exert a lot of physical energy.
You know what? It's called spatial ability. That's why I tell you.
Because men has this aggression. You see, it's like there's the target. I'm going to do it. Doesn't matter what happens.
There's two things I'll go qualify that.
And you focus.
Okay. You see, there are some women doing drag racing as well. But and I'll tell you why that works.
Because they're in drag.
But you don't see any women Formula One drivers.
Them drag racers, they keep getting tripped up with them stilettos.
Okay, so there's women in drag racing, but no women in Formula One racing. Why is that? It's because drag racing is speed, but only going straight.
Yeah, you press the pedal and hang on tight.
Yeah, you don't need to coordinate when you do the turns.
Yeah.
Okay, for that's what's in Formula One, and for that you need testosterone for the spatial ability. It's just like what's spatial ability? Reverse parking. That's requiring spatial ability.
That's women out of the...
Yeah.
Or pointing where north is. Have you ever found a woman can never point to where north is? Try it now. Where's north? Point to north.
I would know.
Just try anyone.
No sun.
North.
There's no sun.
Where's north is? Because men can tell.
Men can tell? Just by instinct?
Well, sort of. Men can tell where north is. If you ask any man, point north right now, and he'd probably pretty much get it. Yeah. Ask any woman. You'll end up in Wollongong.
But anyway, I say, look around really. Look, much of the physical world we live in was built, maintained, defended, and repaired by men. True? Because men are naturally drawn to systems and all that. Strong men bring security to a family life. True? I mean, our family benefits from a man who can remain calm under pressure, yes, solve problems, protect the home, and take responsibility. Yeah, I mean, that is male marriage material, basically. Come here. Women, yeah, no matter how leftist views can argue about that, no, you want a man in touch with their feelings or whatever, but really, those type of men are never picked, really are not desired. Even by you, even despite what you say. Say one thing, but do another. Instinct takes over. Because look, masculinity at its best is not domination, people. It is responsibility, protection, courage, and service. So by saying that, the women, or say the men, they go home and beat up their wives just to show they're strong men. That's not being strong.
I don't know too many men who does that.
Domination.
Not without some type of, stimulant or something.
No. There are men that actually wimps. You know, the ones that are commit domestic violence, when it comes out, whole town, whole society is shocked. He's so nice. He's so nice. You wouldn't have pictured it, you know? And because they don't have the guts to do the aggression at outsiders because they'll get blowback.
That's right.
So then they go and pick a weaker target. Weaker target because someone that can't fight back.
Most people are like that.
Yeah, and that's most people
the ones
like
that afflict aggression upon other people. We just witnessed it in a war.
Yeah.
Where it's only because they thought that these people couldn't defend themselves. Yeah. But the moment that you can defend yourself, I was only joking. Ha 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 ha. Let's have another drink. You're joking now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now onto the women. Okay. It is only a 1 hour show. We have to give one to the ladies.
Can we do that next week?
Yeah. Look, what are they? Look, women historically.
All the single ladies.
No, okay. The other side on the left hand now. Women historically held knowledge around what? Nurturing, intuition. Women are very intuitive. Yeah. Emotional reading. Yeah. Family harmony.
Yeah.
You know, like
women.
I saw one stay-at-home wife. She said, "Yeah, he buys the house, I make it into a home."
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So family, family harmony, childbirth and child rearing, food, herbs, healing, that sort of thing. Usually like medicine woman, yeah?
Yeah.
When they get the old times, and community bonds, bonds and emotional intelligence. And they're good at noticing subtle changes in people. Yeah? And keeping the home socially and emotionally alive.
Yeah.
I mean, look, women once understood the rhythms of nature, nourishment, medicine, children, emotional atmosphere, and family life in ways modern society often undervalues. I mean, look, even the feminists, they're supposed to be pro-women, are dishing on women that choose to be the traditional woman. They're doormat. Those things are not important, as in looking after a family is not important. Denigrating that. And look, women often sense emotional changes before others can explain them. And women can create warmth and emotional safety in a home. Yeah? And feminine nurturing is not a weakness, people, really. It is life-sustaining intelligence. Because the ability to nourish, comfort, guide, soothe, and create beauty is powerful. I mean, look at how many, nurses are mostly women. Because all those caring professions are dominated by women. I mean, nursing homes, they're mostly women, And early childcare, yes, is mostly women, but now I guess is for other reasons why they only want women there. Okay, I don't need to say it. Because look, and femininity at its best is not weakness. It is intuition, nourishment, emotional wisdom, and the power to make life flourish. But what happens when men and women reject their gifts then? Because at the moment, men are often shamed for masculinity, yeah? We keep hearing the term toxic masculinity, as in all those masculine traits. On the one hand, I find it really strange, yeah? On the one hand, they want women to be like men, to be more masculine. At the same time, they criticize masculinity, toxic masculinity. So it's like they want women to be men and men to be women. Why?
It's a mixed up world.
It's just like,
topsy-turvy.
Even the mainstream media, you see, they're saying, got to get more men doing housework, and women, so women getting more women into the workforce or high positions of power. So why? I mean, what happens to free choice?
But anyways, I think that the differences between men and women should be celebrated, not repelled.
Yeah, it is wonderful that we're different.
It's great that we're different. And if everybody was all the same, like a mechanization robot, which they're trying almost to turn us into, it looks like, in many instances, how boring would it be?
How boring?
If we're not different. And, that attraction between men and women, it's undescribable, isn't it? It's undescribable. You see that spark or whatever, and it's like there's an ignition, and that is a celebration, I suppose, of the coming together, because there's this inherent attraction between two. And what is it? Why are we attracted to the things that we don't really desire ourselves? For example, a woman will go and watch a football game, but she's not really desirous of the football game. It's more so, and men will say, "Oh, look at her, look at that, or look at her that, and look at her in the high-heeled shoes and the skirt and the short skirt or whatever." Well, that bloke would never wear high-heeled shoes and a skirt. He doesn't like that. But in a woman, wow, So we're sort of attracted to the opposite.
Yes, we are.
And
because the right hand is attracted to the left hand, the left hand wants the right.
The man has a defense mechanism with big muscles, and he can take on the adversary, and any foe or opponent or wild animal that comes through the bedroom window, he can deal with it.
He can deal with it.
But a woman has equally something greater in strength and power. I think this is the misconception that we've gone away from the feminine power. In the old days, in the days of old, women were seen as more, in many instances, in many cultures, women were way more powerful than men.
Because they were...
Even though that men could just pick them up with one arm and throw them around or, slice and dice them or whatever. But you know what a woman would do?
What?
She could put a curse on someone.
But women are closer to the spiritual.
Intuition is no superstition. If we know who's about to call us in many instances on the phone. Yeah. We know when something is bad is about to happen. So, for example, you're driving along the road and you just hear this voice in your head says, "Brake, stop," or something. And you do, and all of a sudden you're averted from a very serious accident potential. Or don't go around that dark alley, or you get these feelings that there's, you get a feeling that there's danger there. And so that intuition alerts us. We've got a sixth sense. Well, for the most part, blokes are like Homer Simpson. They wouldn't even know if they're about the only sensitivity they would feel if it got really cold one morning and they had to be out at work or whatever. They might feel that. But as far as intuitive is concerned, intuitive capacity is concerned, women are way better at it.
Way ahead.
Women are way better at it. The problem here is, in today's society, the problem that we face now is that women don't have it anymore.
Yeah, true.
Women don't have it intuition anymore. They don't sit and feel something anymore. They want to be like men. Exactly right. So this is the biggest danger I can see is that we've tried to take away any recognition of intuition away from society, and we've got to try to figure it all out with our minds. Think it all out rather than intuitive out. You know what women used to do before? They used to sit down and go, will we go here, or like make a major decision. Now, the male force will bring a level of wisdom into it. Oh, it's better over there because, and it's got all this because, or whatever. But the female, the woman, will feel it. She will know inside. She will know and know that you know, because the heart tells you, the heart's intuition. And women have that, or they used to have it. Also, they used to be able to be nurturing, as you say. Most women would know all the herbs and every plant, and what does this do when you conjoin it with this one, and what benefit does it bring when you make it a certain temperature or blend it with something else. And they had that knowledge, they had that intimacy with Mother Earth, you see, and it was an intuitive response to life. Well, what happens today? We're getting so full with music, this, that, distractions, entertainment, YouTubes and videos and all these things going off all the time. If you notice, morning until night, we're sort of crammed full with all this jargon going on from coming out from the outside world. Well, what does that do? It delineates and diminishes our intuitive response to life. And I can see if a woman wants to be attractive, if a woman really wants to impress upon men, or even just in this life alone, develop your intuitive skills again. Get back to your intuition, because that gives you a skill set that men don't really have it. You see, men don't have it. A woman can't figure out how to build a bridge, usually. They can. The women are just as good at like civil engineering and all these things. If you're reading the same books and all that, women are capable. The things. But there's a difference in problem solving.
Yes,
you see,
course.
That's the thing here. Women could go by the book.
Because we're wired differently.
Look at the woman who crashed that cruise ship. She went through that strait and all that, grounded on the bottom. Forgot just to check something or whatever. Probably a guy wouldn't have done that, you know. I would have been entrusting a $1 billion cruise ship. It wouldn't have been a woman pilot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a woman captain.
She could be there, namesake only.
Yeah.
I would have had an old bloke with grey hair right behind her saying,
you mean a token?
"No, I'm just here to just make sure you're all right. Yeah, that you're not emotionally distressed."
There's a few more things I just wanted to go through.
So
look,
see what they're like. I'm only joking.
Look, men are shamed for masculinity. Women are often told nurturing is oppression. Yeah, and both sexes are pushed to compete rather than cooperate. True.
Ooh.
The way it is in society now. I mean, men may become passive, directionless, or afraid to lead because of that. And you're seeing that now with a lot of soy boys.
Well, directionless dodos.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
passive,
no direction.
Afraid to lead, and now can't lead. They don't have the skills to anymore.
Yeah.
And women have become hardened, exhausted, or disconnected from their feminine instincts. You know, families lose balance when both sides deny their natural strengths, really, because then you're going to get that in play. And what does this create? This creates relationships without clear roles and homes without leadership and children without strong masculine and feminine models. Yeah, you know, and boys don't learn to become men from their fathers anymore if there is a father around.
Yeah.
And women... and girls don't learn how to be a woman.
Yeah.
You know, how in a personal relationship.
Where's the mentorship in life?
Yeah, where's the mentorship?
Where do we get things from? Because it's really virtually not from our parents.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
I was fortunate that I met this person who took me under the wing and taught me business levels.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't have got in a university. And my dad was smart in business. My dad was good in business. But didn't tell me anything.
Didn't mentor
virtually.
You. And this is the thing.
There's no mentorship.
Like I said, I have a big beef with parents. They're not passing the skills on and the knowledge to their children. I mean, you want your children.
A lot of times the children are impenetrable. I know it all already.
Because if they're not taught.
That's right.
They said, mummy and daddy not teaching.
They just need to be shown. Actually, you don't know it already. You just think you do.
You just think you do. You know, it's just like I say. You know, a mother lion, when the parents would teach the cubs how to hunt. Yeah, and the mother bird teach the younglings how to find food.
All in every part of nature. Every
part of nature is taught.
I mean, a lot of it's
humans,
instinct and things.
Except human in human society now. They don't. And the children have to find it all out and work it out themselves.
But we've got political parties. They don't.
All right. And look, you know, marriage has become full of competition instead of cooperation. You know, and resentment because people are trying to be everything at once. Everything. I mean, when men and women both try to be the same hand.
Or nothing all at once.
Look, when men and women both try to be the same hand, the family loses half its ability. Like if the women try to be like a man as well, the children and the family miss out on all the nurturing and the femininity, feminine energy. Likewise, if they're both, like I say, even the father's effeminate. So you've got both people, both men and the woman being nurturing, but then there's no one to lead and provide, and with the leadership role and having the masculine. Or if you want to swap it the other way, like they want to do, the woman becoming masculine and the man becoming feminine. So how does that work? Because it's going against their biological nature of the children. So do the boys learn from their mothers then? And the girls learn from their fathers how to be feminine and be a woman? It's too silly for words, really.
Seems a bit jumbled.
Yeah. And look, how these gifts work together in the family. Look, a strong family needs, masculine contribution, yeah? It needs the protection, direction, practical solving skills, physical resilience, discipline. That's a big thing because 70%, the stats are 70% of prisoners in the jails come from single parent families. And single parent is usually single mother families because you've missed out on that masculine discipline.
Discipline, yeah.
Yeah, there's no that discipline.
Yeah.
Look, external, and like it or not, the children really do not take discipline from their mothers seriously.
No.
Yeah. That's the way it is. The mother then, it has to be the nurturer and the person that disciplines. And that's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, being from the same person.
If you're working on a team.
Yeah. Then one is like good cop, bad cop.
Good cop, bad cop.
thing.
It works.
It works. And also for external defense as well, male contribution and responsibility under pressure. And for the feminine, it's warmth, it's intuition, emotional repair, nurturing, social connection, nourishment, sensitivity to needs, family bonding, and together one builds structure and the other one fills with life. And one protects their home and the other nourishes it. One may push forward, the other may sense what needs care. And one brings strength and the other brings softness. And children learn courage from one side and emotional wisdom from the other.
And one brings in the money and the other one brings the arguments.
That means they're not working together.
I'm only joking.
A house may be built with strength, but it becomes a home through nurture. True? Look, how can they claim it today? How can we make it practical? I mean, men, look, they should claim responsibility, practical skills, physical capability, and emotional steadiness, and all those other things that I mentioned. And look, the question for men is, really, can your family rely on you under pressure? Think about it. And can you solve problems instead of avoiding them? And are you building something useful? And are you protecting your home physically, emotionally, and financially? And for women, you know, you need to reclaim your nurturing, your intuition, your homemaking skills, and your softness, and all that sort of thing. And the ability to create peace and beauty, please, ladies. You know, and look, I'm going to ask women, are you connected to your intuition? Do you know how to nourish and nurture? And do you bring peace or tension to the home? And are you using your emotional intelligence to strengthen the family? So the thing is, the goal is not to go backwards. The goal is to recover what modern life has made us forget. Okay? So I hope our listeners have gotten a lot out of this so far. Okay, this show. And look, we're coming towards the end of our show. That was a big one, isn't it? Today. So thank you so much, Bluey, for coming in again. This one, I guess next week.
I just felt an intuitive urge to come.
You've got to come next week. We're going to talk about what makes a man and a woman. Yeah.
I got in touch with my feminine side, and I really felt like I must come.
I must come.
And gossip about everybody. And do the gossip thing.
Do the gossip thing. Well, thanks so much for coming. And a reminder to our listeners to don't forget to follow me on my Facebook page. I have two, Make Marriage Great Again and Miss Dragonfly. Please follow both if you can, because I do post different things on the Facebook pages, but at least follow one. And don't forget to leave your comment. Let us know what you think of the show by leaving your comments there. And also, if there's a topic you'd like me to cover, then feel free to leave it there. And if I can cover it, then I certainly will. Okay? So, I'm going to close with this. Look, men and women were never meant to be enemies. They were never meant to erase each other's differences, and they were meant to work together like the left hand and the right hand. Men and women bring different gifts. Families need both strength and nurture. Children need to see both masculine and feminine excellence. And happy families are built when men and women honour, not resent each other's roles. I'm Miss Dragonfly, and this is the Relationship Whisperer. Let's make marriage great again by helping men remember their strength, women remember their wisdom, and families remember why both are needed. Okay?
Well said.
Good. So on that, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And don't forget to tune in same time next week.
89.3.
Yeah,
2GLF.
2GLF. And on that, don't forget to tune in same time next week. So until then, it's bye for now.
Bye.